Yo, yo, what up, though? This is Danny Brown, and you're watching Montreality. I mean, all through like I would say through elementary, I was good in school, but once I got to like middle school and high school, I already was like rapping and stuff. So I was just writing raps in class all the time. I wasn't really paying attention. I didn't do no homework, none of that. Like, I started young, just not caring about school. You missed out on a lot. I missed out on a lot of my childhood by not going to school. My first job I ever had, I washed pots for a buffet, but I lied on my application. I was 14, but I lied and said I was 16. And then I worked there for like 2 years. By the time I was 16, I already started selling weed. But then I got like a job at like a Burger King for a little minute, but I was already selling weed, so I was just like, forget that. I don't really feel like I really got like a big rap check yet. You know, I ain't got my big check yet, man. To me, just trusting your gut, trusting your heart, and not really thinking about what other people are doing or what the industry is doing, just doing what you want to do, you know? Nah, I don't really read too many books. I mean, but I read stuff that I want to read, you know? Like the last books I read was the Love biography, the Arthur Lee book, and before that I read the Jay-Z Decoded, and I read the Prodigy book, so it had to be stuff that I really want to know about, but no, I don't really read. I tried, but I can't. I just did. It's called I think I was like a British poet, you know? Favorite cartoon character of all time would probably be Rocco from Rocco's Modern Life. So I think that's the first time in a cartoon where I watched it almost like in a TV sitcom aspect. So I felt Rocco was like real, even though he was like a kangaroo or whatever he was. But I didn't look at him like a cartoon character, you know. My favorite video game as a younger, I mean, I always play a lot of basketball video games, so whatever basketball video game was hot at the time, like whether it was Double Dribble all the way from when it started with Lakers versus Celtics and all the way to NBA Live and then NBA 2K, so I always just played basketball video games, you know. My first crush, I think our first crush was like in preschool. It was a light-skinned girl. Look, I was in preschool. How old could you be? Like 4 or 5? But it was a light-skinned girl named Vanilla. Out of anything she could have been. That was my first crush. Yeah, it was like my sister's sleepover. One of her friends, you know. Just stayed up late enough and just made my move. That's all that was. It wasn't good though, because I didn't know what I was doing. So it's whack, you know. It was whack. I was like, that's what it's about? I wasn't shit, you know. That's on them. I'm always here. I'm always ready to work. So, you know, TD, they always talk. So they can't even do a Black Hippie album. So we doubt that will ever happen. I mean, just Paul, you know, just reached out and I reached back, you know. But at the end of the day, it's just a real, you know, I couldn't complain. I'm in the best situation I've ever been in my life, you know. So I'm real humble just to even be involved in that situation, you know. My favorite Eminem song is Rain Man, and my favorite album is Encore. I think he's the best to ever do it. At the end of the day, I don't know, a lot of rapping, I guess. You know, a lot of bars. One thing I'm gonna change, drive. I don't know how to drive a car. I mean, everybody should know how to drive a car. I could be with somebody one day, something bad can happen, I could be able to drive us to the hospital, but I don't even know how to drive, so we'd be fucked up. Even if I don't know how to drive for my personal use, I should learn how to drive just for, you know, but I'm kind of scared of cars, so. Shrimp and cheese grits.
Continue cooking for another 10 minutes. Serve hot. One All Recipes member stated, best shrimp and grits I have ever had.
Nothing, because my jeans is too tight. A message to the youth is just be you, man. Don't worry about what anybody else say. Don't worry about what you see on TV. Don't worry about what anybody else tell you. Just do what you want to do with your life, because it's your life.
Ah, man. Just do what you do. Listen to your parents. And make sure you eat your fucking vitamins. Get strong, drink your milk. Do what daddy and mommy says.